This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. Genitorturers, renowned for their status as agents provocateur of the underground hard rock and industrial metal scenes, the latex defining and pop culture defying Genitorturers. They are on the road. It is the Scars and Stripes tour. They also have a new single out, new video for Scars and Stripes Forever. A product of Orlando, Florida, Florida's musical underbelly. What Genitorturers lack in wholesome family fun, they make up for in their celebration of the unspeakable. And I have the lead singer who founded the band back in 1986. It's Jen. Welcome to the MQP, Jen.
Howdy, how's it going there?
Good. How are you? How's the tour going?
It's going absolutely fantastic. We played in Cincinnati last night. We're on our way to Rochester, New York, heading towards the Force Festival. And we just stopped at a little bar here in Bedford, Ohio. All the people here are like, what's going on?
Yeah, little off day today, and thanks for doing this. And you're going to be coming to my area. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh yeah,
We're
yeah,
close.
right.
So you're coming to the radio room next Tuesday night, May 6th, for a show. So let's start with the new single, the new video, Scars and Stripes Forever. What's that song all about?
Well, it's funny. The song, first of all, was written 22 years ago.
Wow.
It was a song that we wrote it and we lost the tracks, i.e., we recorded it and it was on a hard drive. It got kind of lost in the shuffle. We were going to put it on our last record, and we decided, no, it's going to go on the next record as kind of like the signature track. And then we couldn't find the tracks. So we found the tracks. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I listened to it and I literally got chills because the lyrics were like, whoa. It's about anything that's happened in the last, like, say, 10 years. But more importantly, it's written about overcoming adversity and powering through and just keeping your eye on what's important in life.
How difficult is it now, Jen, to be provocative? We've got, social media, the prevalence of that, cameras all over the place. It's a lot different than when you first started.
Oh, for certain. 100%. No, it's changed a lot. And I would say that that's one thing that probably has changed my outlook in terms of the live performance, because you're definitely all the world stage in the sense that, like, when we started, there were no cell phones. So it is a lot different because everyone's like looking through their cell phone and not engaging.
Yeah.
I still try to get people to engage and be a part of our show. I think also it makes people more reluctant to kind of just let themselves go and be a part of our show like they used to. I'm noticing that a little bit, but one thing that's interesting, I have noticed that we've gotten a whole new group of a very, very younger audience that are just discovering Genitorturers, especially the young women. And I think I'm finding a lot of women that are very empowered by what we say and do with our music show. And so that's very inspiring to me. But, once again, cell phones have changed everything because people are a little more reluctant to engage.
How have you and the band evolved? I mean, there have been changes over the years, of course. I mean, 1986 is a freaking long time ago.
Well, we started as a three-piece punk rock band. I played bass and sang. That was probably about 3.5 years. Then I decided I wanted to do something. I always looked up to, like, Wendy O and Plasmatics, Alice Cooper, Kiss. So I always wanted to do more of a show. And it was a little difficult when I'm holding a bass in my hand. Because I played bass and sing. I looked up to Lemmy. I always had my microphone up here and my bass way down here. But I think that for me, going from kind of a little more three-piece punk rock to then some of the bass players I got were a little bit more our first replacement bass player, he came from Poland and he played a 5-string bass. Him and I wrote songs like Jacket Man, and he was like amazing bass player. You may know him now as Pavel Masiwoda that plays in the Scorpions. So that yes. So then it became, we've gone through a lot of different kind of phases in industrial and metal, and we've kind of just created our own type.
Gender roles and playing with them has always been important to you. Have they changed?
In what regard?
Just changed overall over the years since you first started?
And are you saying personally or how? I'm not understanding the question.
Yeah, personally.
Well, in terms of how I present myself,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
okay, I think that I have always been somebody that has been presenting sexuality in many different it's a wide spectrum of different things for different people. I try to make sure that the show has different elements for everybody, and well, I'm the same person I was then that I am now.
So the shows are either NC-17, they're R or X-rated, depending upon where you are. How
Sure.
about this upcoming Greenville show? Is it going to be a rock show or balls to the wall show?
It depends on whose balls wants to get stapled to the wall. I mean, if you're offering, then it could be a balls to the wall show. Are you offering? You know,
I'm offering. That's it. I'm a Genitorturers virgin for live shows.
oh
So
wow,
this will
wow.
be my first one.
Okay. If you come, we can put you in the Humbler. You might like it. Listen, we carry all of our hoodly hoos, our accoutrements with us, depending on who wants to be a part of the show as well.
Have you played the radio room before in
No.
Greenville? This is your
No.
first time. Okay.
Yes.
So you grew up in Orlando. You went to Rollins College. You were pre-med, right?
Yes, I actually grew up in New Mexico.
So New Mexico you grew up in. Okay.
I'm from Albuquerque, and I moved to go to Rollins College when I was 17. I started the band when I was at Rollins.
Rollins College, a big baseball college, always turns out a lot of pros.
Okay.
What
I
was
know this because I've never been to a baseball game in my life.
really? Yeah, always a big baseball school. So you were pre-med. What was Orlando's always been a great rock town. Always has been. What was it like then, and what's the music scene like there now?
Well, let's put it this way. When I went to school there, Rollins College was a very, very, very snooty, kind of preppy school. And at that time, people were wearing their Izod shirts, they're driving their Ferraris or sorry, DeLoreans.
DeLoreans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. And it was like back when Frank, relax, don't do it when you want to come. I think
Frankie
that
Goes to Hollywood. Yeah.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. One of the things that was really exciting part of growing up and being a part of that community was the fact that it was a culture shock for me, because I came from New Mexico where it was, a very diverse, very inclusive population and very artistic. And I came to Florida and it was kind of Mickey Mouse and this and that and these preppy kids. And I'm walking around with a huge mohawk, like a Waddy exploited mohawk. And I really didn't fit in. But I also realized that I didn't realize they had a radio station. So that they play classical for the fellows or whoever they were. And I was like, well, this is a liberal arts college. You mean there's not student run radio? No, we play classical. We turn it off at 7. It's dinner music. I go, fuck that. So I went and got a petition. I had everyone sign it. And I went to like the ex-clubbers guys who listen to reggae. I said, what do you want to hear? You want to hear reggae? Yeah, cool. Hey, what do you guys want to hear? Well, and I went around to all these different like community, like fraternity sororities. And they said, okay. And I went and got a petition. I said, we want student run radio. So I started I did the hardcore radio show. So I did. They thought that I said I wanted to do hardcore. And I said, no, hardcore, it's music. So I started the hardcore radio show every Wednesday, and we got 1 hour, and we got 2 hours over the time course of me being at Rollins. Now it's totally student run radio now, obviously. But back at that time, it was really hard to get your foot in the door and try to get them because they were just such a hoity-toity school. And so in starting the radio station and working with that, then I was, we started our band, kind of as a joke. I just was pre-med, I'm taking all these crazy classes. I said, but I was a piercer. I started doing piercing, and I was like, I went to this gay club called the Parliament House, and they had this card. It said, "Know your hot hanky colors," and it said, "Okay, let's see. Blue is for blowjobs, yellow is for golden showers, blah blah. Then purple is for genitorture. Like what? I'm a piercer, and my name's Jen. That's where the band name came from." It's like, okay.
Perfect.
And we did it literally kind of as a joke, but obviously it turned out not to be a joke. But there you go.
And all these years later, Genitorturers.
Yep.
All right, so Scars and Stripes Forever, the tour coming to Greenville, and then the next night you're in Atlanta. Any plans for a second leg after that?
Oh yes, yeah. We're going to Europe September 4th to the 24th. We're doing 8 shows in the UK. We're doing a bunch of shows in Europe. Then we come back and we kick off the tour probably second week of October. It's going to be Southwest. We're going to do like Texas, go out to the West Coast. So we're going to do part 2 in October.
What's your favorite country to play in overseas?
Japan or Australia. But Japan is really interesting. Japan is interesting because they do this thing. They have a thing called para, where when they get into your music, they come up with like these like dance movements where they like do this. They'll like make these hand gestures to parts of your song. It's like interpretive dance. To watch the audience doing these things. I don't know. I love it.
All right, so you have this single out now. Any plans for an EP and full album? And
Absolutely.
when?
Yeah, we actually have quite a few songs that are ready to go. When we get back, we're going to be releasing a couple of singles. For this tour, we've got Stars and Stripes, but we put out a 7-inch vinyl. And on the B side, we put on Public Enemy #1 live. We remastered it from one of our live shows. It sounds really good. And then from there, we're going to be putting out quite a few songs.
All right, we're gonna wrap up here with 5 questions for Jen from Genitorturers. Okay. Favorite sex toy that you've used on stage?
Oh, Humbler.
What is it? The hum? You mentioned that earlier.
The Humbler.
The Humbler.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite fetish wear?
Fetish wear. Well, I used to be super into rubber, but the point is I got sad burying it in my backyard, and I feel like it only has a limited lifetime because it's a real organic thing. I kind of stopped wearing it because I got sad having it.
Do you still have that? I was watching a live show. Do you still have that bra with the snakes or whatever coming off of it, off the tits?
That's my one who feeds tube bra. So
oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's the one who feeds up. Yes, that's the original outfit. I have that.
Wildest thing you've had someone from a crowd do with you on stage?
Oh, that's easy. Well, there's 2. One would be when we were in Holland. I had the strap on and I was like kind of holding it in my hand, and I jumped up on the speaker and I'm holding it in my hand and I'm singing, and got my microphone here. I've got this. And next thing I know, there's a guy jumps up on the speaker and he just like spits on us. In Amsterdam. Yeah.
In Amsterdam, of course.
Yeah, the other one was the guy that wanted me to do scrotal inflation on stage. So he brought all the stuff to do it, and he wore this rubber outfit with like a kilt, and we filled his balls with saline, and probably up to the size of like a volleyball. That's why he didn't describe.
Also in Europe?
That was in Chicago.
Oh, it was in the U.S. Okay.
Yeah, it was at Kroger.
Your favorite drink?
Oh, that's easy. Bourbon.
Bourbon. Love it. All right. I love that. That's great. Lived in Kentucky, so I love my bourbon.
Bourbon.
There we go. I'm doing vodka here tonight.
That and low.
That and what?
We've got George Thorogood playing now here.
Oh, yeah. What do you do when you are not performing? What do you do to chill?
Fish.
Fisher. Oh, okay.
Well, we live in Tierra Verde, St. Petersburg, and I love fishing. Deep sea fishing. We catch big stuff.
Big fish.
Yeah, that we eat.
Love that. And you eat too. Good. She is Jen from Genitorturers. They will be at the Radio Room in Greenville on the Scars and Stripes tour on May 6th. Thanks for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast.
Got it.
And I'm Steve Richards. Thanks for watching.